everybody. Today we're going to be learning just something that's just kind of fun to do. You're not going to be doing this a whole lot with your classwork, but it's just something fun that I thought would be fun to show you. We're going to be learning how to combine images in Photoshop. So that's I always get a lot of questions about how do I put like an elephant's head on a lion's body and things like that. So we're going to learn about that today. First thing you need to do is you need to have images to work from. So here I am in Photoshop. I don't really have any images yet. What I want to do is I want to go to my Google search, and I want to search an image. I don't know, let's just say a cat. So I'm going to search cat. I'm going to click images. I'm going to go to search tools because I want to select large images only. Okay, so I clicked on search tools, I clicked size, and I clicked large, and that will give me only images that are large images. You want to look right here where it says the size of the image. You want at least one of these numbers to be above 1,000 pixels, and that will give you a good that'll give you something good to work from. You never want to take a small image and make it bigger in Photoshop because it loses quality. It gets all pixelated and gross. You always want to start with a large image and then you can size it down to the size you need. Now, I'm not really seeing a cat picture that I want. I want one that's kind of in profile, so I can always come up here and amend my search. Let's see. Actually, this first one looks pretty good, and check the size. One of those numbers is at least above 1,000, so I'm going to click the thumbnail to make it big, and then I'm going to right click, save image as, and I'll just save it to my pictures for right now, and I can type in my file name, cat, save. Okay, you would do this for as many images as you want to combine together. So I'm going to go back to Photoshop. I'm going to go to File, Open, and here's my cat picture. This is also a picture that I saved from earlier that I want to combine it with. So I'm going to open both of those images in Photoshop. Now I have my cat here. My fish is over here. What I want to do is I want to take the cat's head. I want to put it on the fish's body. So I'm going to start with my cat. And in a previous tutorial, we learned about how to make selections. So we're going to go to the quick selection tool. If you forget how to use the quick selection tool, go ahead and pause this tutorial and go back and watch the making selections tutorial to help you out. I'm going to make my brush bigger. Actually, wait a second. I need to flip it because if I take this cat's head and put it on the fish's body, it's going to be backwards. So I need to flip my image of my cat first. So go to image, image rotation, and then flip canvas horizontal. And that will flip your cat to the opposite way. So he's going the right way. So the heads are going in the same direction. Now I can use my quick selection tool, and I'm just going to select the cat's face. I'm using the edge of my circle to nudge out that line just a little bit. Now it missed a little bit of the ear up here, so I can zoom in using Control Plus. Use my sliders to position it where I need to because I need to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to nudge that line out just a little bit. Okay, make my brush smaller using my bracket keys so I can get in that area of his ear. And now I'm just going to go around and check to make sure my outline is exactly where I want it. You want to catch a little bit of the neck too. We're going to need that. And oh, nudge it out just there. Perfect. All right, so we're going to come up here to our tool options bar. We're going to click Refine Edge and pull it off to the side, and you can see how we kind of have this harsh edge going around. We want to soften that, so we're going to feather the edge to 3 pixels. See what that looks like. Okay, that's a little better. We're going to smooth it to 2 pixels, and that'll make it nice and smooth, a nice smooth transition. Okay? So smooth set to 2, feather set to 3. Click OK. Now I'm going to Control C to copy my selection. Okay? And so I click over back into my aquarium fish. I'm going to Control V to paste. Uh-oh, my cat is way too small. So that means that I need to go back. I need to find a different cat picture and make it smaller. Or, sorry, I need to go back to Google, find a new cat picture that's bigger than this one, and use that one instead. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm not going to do that just to save time. I'm going to notice when we pasted our cat's head, it pasted it in a new layer. So whatever I do to the cat's head will have no impact on the background layer of the fish. So I'm going to come up here to Edit, Free Transform. And much like our crop tool, we get a little box, and I'm going to show you how to resize this, but please don't ever take a small image and make it bigger. I'm just doing it for the purposes of this tutorial. Always find a bigger image that you can bring in and make it smaller. So we get our box just like we did with our crop tool. I'm actually going to hold Shift, because if I don't hold Shift, so I'm going to let go of Shift, I can take this and squish it any which way, and my cat's head's going to look really squished. If I hold Shift, it will maintain the proportion. Okay, so I'm going to click and drag this around. If I hold my mouse out here, you can see it turns to like a little curved arrow. That allows me to click and drag and rotate my cat's head. And I can click and drag inside the box and position it however I want to. Hold Shift when you're resizing and drag from the corner. If I hold Shift and drag this way, it's still gonna squish it. So always hold Shift and drag from the corner when you're resizing. Now you can see what I mean when I say when you scale it up, it gets all pixelated and gross. But like I said, for the purposes of this tutorial, it's not a big deal. Once I kind of have my cat's head positioned where I want it and sized the way I wanted, I rotated it. I'm going to either double click anywhere in here. I can hit Enter, or like our crop tool, we can click the check mark up here to commit the transformation and commit the transformation. Now, we're not quite done yet. We still have 1 or 2 more things to do. We still have this very harsh edge. Right now it looks like we just cut out a cat's head and stuck it on a fish's body. It doesn't look seamless yet. We want to make a seamless transition. So what I do is I come over here and I pick up my eraser tool, and I'm going to use my bracket keys to make my brush pretty big. I want to set it to 400. Okay, 400 looks good. I also want to bring the hardness all the way down to 0. So it's going to give us a nice soft edge on our eraser tool. And then I'm going to actually start out here, and I'm just going to come around and erase very gently, just catching those edges with my mouse. Erasing enough so that it looks like my cat's head is actually emerging out of the fish's body. Just very softly come in and just soften that edge. And that's really it. So once you've done that, you can flatten your image, and your cat layer will be adhered to your background layer, you'll have merged those layers. As of right now, they're still separate, but you can see how I soften that edge, and it makes it very, very nice, and makes a nice smooth transition. You can do this with any number of different objects. It doesn't just have to be putting one animal's head on another's body. You can do this with literally any picture that you need to combine. So go ahead and play with it, see what you can do. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. I want you to combine two images together, not just the cat and the fish, but two of your own images. And I want you to save that image as in the hand as your last name _ first name _ combining images. And I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. I'm sure they're going to be hilarious. I'll catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.